Hi, my amazing students. Hope you guys are great. Hope you enjoyed your spring break. I'm enjoying mine here on the beautiful ocean. Right behind me, you can see is Fort Jefferson. We're about 80 miles off the coast of Key West and kind of in the middle of nowhere, doing our own social distancing on the boat. So we're having a good time, but I wanted to come to you and say hi and talk about a little bit of an adventure. I have my goggles, my mask, I have my snorkel ready, and I also have my fins so I can go super fast in the water. And I'm going to read you a book before I get on my adventure about one of our favorite characters and his adventure, Pete the cat. He gets to scuba dive. So you know what? He inspired me. I thought I'm going to scuba dive too, just like Pete did. Okay? So we're going to read Pete the Cat together. Hope you guys have an amazing, amazing time. Go ahead and write your comments underneath about how you like the book, your favorite part, your favorite animal. And I will see you in our Zoom classroom this week, okay? Pete the Cat, Scuba Cat by James Dean. Pete the Cat is excited. He is going scuba diving. Pete puts on mask and fins. He has a tank full of air. He hopes to see lots of fish. If you're lucky, you might see a seahorse, says Captain Joe. A seahorse? Says Pete. I can't wait. I never saw one before. Their ridges look like a horse's mane, said Captain Joe. Groovy, says Pete. Pete jumps into the water. Splash! Down, down, down he goes. Up, up, up go the bubbles. Pete looks for a seahorse. He sees a swordfish. Pete swims out of its way. Pete waves to a stingray. It has a long, skinny tail. That's not a seahorse, thinks Pete. Pete looks high and low for the seahorse. Then he feels a tickle. What's tickling him? It's that seahorse. Pete sees a school of fish. They all look alike, except for one. It puffs up. Oh, it's a blowfish. It is not a seahorse. Where could one be? Pete looked in the rocks. What is that? It's an octopus. It has 8 legs. It is not a seahorse. Pete feels a tickle. What could it be? What is it? You're right. It is that seahorse. Pete turns. He sees a cave. Is there a seahorse inside? Oh, he's hoping to find a seahorse, that silly Pete the Cat. Pete sees a crab with claws. A seahorse doesn't have claws, Pete thinks. The cave is getting darker. Pete feels a tickle. Then he sees an eel. Pete swims past it. It's too long to be a seahorse. Oh no, it is too dark to see. How will Pete get out? Ooh, I wouldn't want to be underwater that dark. No, thank you. Pete sees a jellyfish and it glows in the dark. Pete is almost out of the cave. Oh, he sees an angelfish. It is very colorful. Whew. Pete is out of the cave. So why is it so dark? Pete is in a shadow. What type of shadow could it be? He's in the shadow of a whale. Yikes! Oh goodness, I would use my fins and swim away quickly. Pete wishes he could jump on a seahorse and ride away. He pictures a seahorse like a real horse in the ocean, that silly Pete. Pete hops on a sea turtle instead, and it takes him to the boat. I did not see a seahorse, thinks Pete. He feels a tickle on his tail. A seahorse, cries Pete. What a surprise! Oh my goodness, that silly Pete didn't know the seahorse was there. You were with me all along, said Pete. What a cool adventure! The end.